Hey, this is Nilsson, Mad Scientist of Muscle, and I'm here with Jonas Haller of Frontline Strength to do this demo. Now, I'm going to be teaching you and teaching Jonah a new way to do shrugs. Now, the old way to do shrugs is not necessarily wrong, however, it's not the best way, and I've recently found a much better way to hit more mass of the traps and upper back with this exercise. So what I'm going to do here is, Jonah's never seen this new version, so I'm going to have him just run through a normal set of barbell shrugs, just with a lightweight, 135 pounds, and we can kind of compare the two as we go for the first time he's doing them. So he's just going to do 4 to 5 reps, just of a normal shrug. Good. Now, as you can see when he's doing these, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with this. This is standard form. Imagine doing these one arm at a time, and this is your pivot point. You're shrugging up. So this is the amount of muscle mass you're working, just those top few muscle fibers. Now the leverage is really, really good, so you can use a lot of weight and you can feel it. However, what I want you to do is change your entire mindset of this shrug. Don't think of it as shrugging, because that's a very simple, very low muscle mass kind of movement. What we're going to be doing here is shrugging and raising the entire shoulder girdle up. So rather than just doing this, I want you to pretend that your entire lower back, your lower body is bolted to the ground, and something's gripping you under the rib cage and pulling your entire rib cage and upper body upwards towards the ceiling. If you ever watched The Walking Dead, you may have seen walkers falling apart into 2 pieces. All the guts here fall down while the rib cage stays up. That's what we're looking for here. We're looking for the entire upper half of your body to raise up. So I'm going to give you a quick demo here, and you can see the difference between a regular shrug and this version. And there's a few other form tweaks that I'm going to go through as well. So grip on the bar. This is a normal shrug. With this version, we're raising the entire upper half of your body. Oh. And even with 135, it's brutal. The other form tweak we're going to look at here is I want you to pretend that you're starting to do an upright row with the weight. So rather than with a standard form, they say keep your arms straight, don't involve the biceps. With this, I'm going to step over here. I want you to involve the biceps. Sounds completely screwball, but now watch this. Normally if you're doing an upright row, and it's a terrible exercise for your shoulders, just FYI, you start coming in like that. We're going to actually incorporate that into the shrug, as well as lifting the entire rib cage up. So, another form point. Keep the bar a little bit away from your body. As you're coming from the side, you actually want to be coming straight up and back, because if you're standing right where you are, try and contract your upper back as much as you possibly can. Imagine that position. That's as much as you possibly can. That's the position we want to be in under load. So imagine everything coming up, everything coming back and squeezing. Now you're not rolling the shoulders back or anything stupid like that. You are actually lifting the entire shoulder girdle up, bringing your shoulders back to involve those middle trapezius fibers, rhomboids, teres major. Everything is getting contracted as you pull to the top. We're involving a little bit of the arms to involve even more of the upper traps. That brings in more contraction all the way to the top. So as you're doing it, you're gripping on, and lighten up the weight the first time you do these. You're going to need to. Imagine, like I said, like you're doing that. And squeeze. And you will be leaning a little bit forward to keep that bar away from your body. And then, you see how my arms are bending at the top? You actually want that involvement of the biceps. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to lessen the involvement of the traps. It's going to increase it. So I'm going to have Jonah jump in here, give that a shot. And literally it should feel like every single muscle fiber in your entire upper back is contracting and squeezing, and you're doing it under load. So key things to remember: raise the entire rib cage. Imagine like you're doing an upright row. There you go. Good. Yep. Wow.
Big difference.
That's for the 135 pounds. So yeah, Jonah, tell them what you're feeling right now in the upper back.
The difference between just the normal shrug is I'm literally just feeling my traps activating. This, the lats are firing, everything in my back is on fire. The moment you do it, everything activates, everything gets tight. Much better.
All right, so we're going to throw a couple more plates on the bar, and I'm going to give you a demo of a full set of how I'm doing these. Alright, so that is the updated barbell shrug. I think I'm going to call it a shoulder girdle raise because that's exactly what I want you to think of when you're doing this. Don't think of just these little tiny shrugs where you're just pivoting basically from here, involving just a tiny fraction of the muscle mass of the traps. When you're doing this one, as you can see, the entire shoulder girdle is coming up. So key points to remember: that shoulder girdle, everything coming up, your entire upper body raising. You want to keep that bar a little bit away from your body, like half an inch. That's going to prevent basically leveraging and frictioning the bar up your legs. One of the big downfalls of doing regular shrugs is that bar coming up. So lighten up the weight, move it just a tiny bit away from your body. Pretend like you're doing the upright row. Oh man, no wait, I'm cramping up. Really, really feel this exercise like you're trying to grip the air behind you with your upper back. It's one of the best ways I can think of to describe it. Like you're trying to grab something with your back muscles. Like you're trying to grab a bar behind you or a hand behind you with your back muscles. Really fight, squeeze at the top and lower under control. Get a stretch at the bottom. Do not release the tension and then return to the start. So there's none of this stupid bouncing up and down with your legs. You're taking all the stress off the traps. You may use a lot more weight, but you're getting nothing out of the exercise except for starring in a fail video. So don't do that, do these. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Now if you want to get more training videos just like this one, be sure to click on either of those two videos over on the left.